here today. Just going to show you some shots of my vineyard. Maybe you can see some of the row behind me here, a couple of them. You see the asparagus here on the ends of the rows. And now we'll walk along. We'll have a look. You can see here that I've got the netting on these. And what you do is you put it over and you gather it at the bottom, and then you roll it up and you use a zip tie, and then you cut it off when you go to harvest and remove the netting. So you can see this whole row here has been netted. All four of these rows have. Okay, we'll get a few shots of grapes. Let's see if you can see these in here. Got some big bunches. These are some sweet eating variety. All kinds of them on this smaller vine. Here you got all kinds of them hanging. They're ripening. Some are still green. Some are turning. Oh, there's a good shot where you can see them all hanging down there. Here's a good shot down the rows. You can see I got the netting and all the grapes that are in here ripening. Probably just another week or two. Some of these are already ripe, and some of them will probably take another week or two for all the eating varieties. See here, you can see the combination of the green and the red. So when they all get a good red on them, at least on this variety. You can see how neatly I have the rows trimmed. From the ground I've weed-eated, and I've done a lot of green pruning. So I learned last year and this year a lot about green pruning. And you can see the tops are all at a consistent height. That's all from green pruning and forcing all the growth into the grapes and not into growing branches. Here's a nice bunch. And let's go over here and let's look at our Concords. Here's some Concords that are still green. They're not ripe yet. They won't ripen until about mid-September. So all under in here in this leaf cover. I may come back and remove some leaves so that they'll ripen faster. Some of the other Concords up here are already ripening. Like right here, you can see Concords that are starting to ripen. So all along here. But these will get almost black when they are really ripe. Right now they're kind of reddish. Here's another sweet eating variety. You can see very pretty here on the vine. Not a whole lot of leaves, but a lot of grape bunches right here. So all along this vine. And then up here I have more Concords that are starting to ripen. Still some green, just turning red. Will eventually turn black. Almost black, dark purple. Here's another variety I have that is ripe, and these berries are black. They're not Concords, and I'm not sure exactly what variety they are. You can see all along here, they're black. These two vines in particular are just filled to the brim. I mean, there's all up under there, all kinds of grapes. Just all up in that leaf cover, beautiful. Here's another green variety. I didn't net these. These are a later ripening grape. They're just starting to soften now, but nice big full bunches all inside there. There's more bunches like this. So now I'm out here in the pasture along the back fence, and I'm going to show you one of my favorite varieties, or excuse me, one of my best vines. It's one of the originals that I planted. Actually, there's two of them, and I think the two are clones of each other. They come from the same stock, but they're Concords, and here you can see full, tight, packed bunches of Concords. Still green over here, but they're getting sun, so they're going to ripen. They're just starting to ripen. But these are some of my favorites, and I take cuttings off of this vine and the other one I'm going to show you, and I propagate those into new vines. So here I'm training. This was one that has taken a while to develop. You know, hasn't grown. You know, the original growth didn't do well, and so I started a new shoot, and it'll grow into a good vine. Several along here are like that. Here's the other one, which I think is genetically related to the last one I showed you. And there's a lot of netting here, but a lot of very extremely tight packed bunches. I hope you can see how tightly packed they are. Very full. And these will make good jelly. So you can see they're ripening, just starting to, all along here. So, having fun with the grapes. I learned something new every single year. Last year and this year I learned a ton about green pruning and about netting. I'm buying the netting from Amagoni Vineyards in Kansas. I think I originally showed you that website years ago. He's selling bird netting, and he also shows on there how to put it on. And you want to take your bird netting off right before you harvest and roll it up so that the vines don't grow into it, because then it's harder to work with and get off and reuse. So, hope you enjoyed it. Take care. We're harvesting grapes.
Grapes is funny because you don't have hot grapes. Do you ever eat hot grapes? Brad?
No.
Are you taking a picture?
Video.
Cut it out.
What do you tell us what you're doing there?
I'm making, getting the juice. I'm getting the juice.
What kind of juice?
I'm getting the grape juice out of the skins.
And what is this going to become?
This is going to become this is going to become jelly.
What kind of jelly?
This is going to be Concord grape jelly.
But not just any jelly.
It's going to be the devil's cut. The devil's cut. Because I'm supposed to be.
There's the juice.
The juice.
And here we're cooking the skins and the pulps down to extract the devil's cut.
So you can.
There we have the liquid gold.
I think this is where everything finishes up. We just may be at the end of the line.